Mahjong hapon sa tanan. Magandang hapon sa lahat. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Louis, and I'm coming to you again from the island of Leyte, the province of Southern Leyte, the municipality of Macrahon. Today I am once again in Barangay Ahag, Barangay Santo Niño, and we're going to continue our series about training weapons for FMA. I hope you're enjoying the views. I like to let you see what I get to see here in my daily life in the Philippines. It's really a paradise for me, and I love my life here. So this is part 2. We had an introduction talking about sticks and blades and empty hands. So now we're going to go on to more about sticks specifically. So here we have some sticks set up to look at as we talk. And first we're going to just basically talk about types of sticks depending on what you're doing that you want to use. Okay, so it depends. If you're just doing forms or solo practice, no contact or very light contact, then it's okay to use like smaller, thinner sticks or even skinless sticks. This is the only thing I recommend skinless sticks for. I don't recommend skinless sticks for any kind of hard contact because you're going to be buying a lot of sticks. They just don't stand up. Once you remove the skin from the uai, from the rattan, the strength is virtually gone. The nice thing about using skinless sticks or smaller lightweight sticks is because they're light, you get much more speed out of them. Whether you're practicing your forms, your sayaw, your año, or solo practice of striking techniques and self-defense techniques. Or if you want to use heavier sticks, they're good for developing your strength and power and your endurance, especially in your grip and in your shoulders. So that's basically for forms or solo practice. You have to decide whether you want to use light or heavy sticks and what your purposes are. For drills, you're going to want something, because you're doing like medium contact in drills. If they're like defense and counter type drills, basic strikes, maybe something like palit, or if your system uses like sombrada, this kind of thing, where it's not a lot of hard contact, like medium contact, the sticks need to be durable. You are going to end up breaking and splitting and splintering these after a while, so you will need to use tape. You'll see I have some tape on some of my sticks. Most of my sticks have tape on them, actually. You could also think about using wooden weapons. Like I have my pair here I showed you in the last video, my magcha pair. I use these a lot. And bahi sticks really hold up, and if you have kamagong or other types of wood. Then when you're going really hardcore, heavy contact, like in our system we do a lot of very hard, strong sinawali. And that's pretty tough on the rattan sticks. You go through them pretty quickly, actually. So that's why I also like to use wooden sticks. But right off the bat, when you know you're going to use them for the harder training, you want to tape them before they ever get broken. It'll help extend the life of the stick. So the heavy contact would be in sinawali, especially our system. We do very hard striking in our sinawali. It's alternating light and hard, but we do a lot of power shots. Or if you're doing like sangga at patama, or some systems call it bigay tama, where you're like block and strike, or giving a strike and blocking and parrying. That can get to where the strikes are very powerful and you'll go through sticks quickly. Yeah, so you can also customize the weapons to you. You know, one of the things about Filipino martial arts is it's you go through the system, you learn it, you practice the techniques, and it really is individualized. You know, it's something that has to fit you, and it's your own exploration and your own expression of the Filipino martial arts as an individual. And that even extends to your weapons. Of course, they're customized by length. You'll hear people give most ranges, oh, how long should my sticks be? 26 inches or 28 inches or 30 inches? Typically, the way you're supposed to do it, to customize it to you, is to measure the stick from your armpit to, depending on what you prefer grip, the end of your middle finger, or from your armpit to the end of your index finger, or from the armpit to the middle of your palm, I see some people do, or from your armpit to where the wrist and the hand meet. So that's one way to customize it in length. The diameter depends on you and what you're doing. I like thinner sticks when I'm doing something for speed work. Like if I'm doing, say, balintawak, I like a thinner stick. If I'm doing the largo mano stuff that we do, I like a thicker, heavier stick. And if I was going to go into, like, you know, a combat type situation where I knew in advance, I would definitely use a thicker, heavier stick. As far as tape, you can utilize duct tape, athletic tape. On none of these sticks, but some of mine, I have grip tape that I've put. Grip tape like you use for tennis rackets and racquetball rackets and ping pong paddles. And then I know a guy, I have a friend in Spain who's an Arnis instructor, and he utilizes the grip wrap that you use for tennis rackets on his sticks, and it works quite well and he likes it. So I have yet to try that, but I really want to check that out. I also have something I recommend, carved grips on my sticks. What first got me thinking about that was these Krabi Krabong sticks that I got from Combat Instruments Limited. Helps with the grip, especially if you're someone who has a problem with the grip, or maybe you're a heavy sweater or something like that. If you buy these kind of carved sticks like that Grandmaster Rodel Dagauk sells, they have these beautiful little carvings on them. You can hold that end and use those to help your grip. But what I did, my wife's uncle is a carpenter, and one night he was working on some chairs and he had a chisel out, and I asked him, could he just put some simple grooves in my sticks on the handle to help with the grip. Something kind of makes you think of like knurling as far as what it feels like when you grab the stick. So he did my Molave pair. Can't really see the grooves on this, but he did my Bahi pair also. And he did my Bahi Garote pair. And it really helps. I really like it. I haven't tried it on rattan, doing those lengthwise grooves, but that'll be another experiment for later on. So improving the grip really helps. Let's see what's next. You know, the materials you can have your sticks made out of are just limitless, only limited by your imagination. Whether it's synthetic materials, even metal. I've thought about trying to make an aluminum pair at one time just to experiment and see. And you can just be creative, and it's something that you can enjoy in your training. You know, your sticks, especially when they're yours and they're customized and personalized, it helps you, I think, enjoy your training more. You're allowed to be more creative that way in what you're doing, and it keeps you focused on what you're doing because it's yours. One more thing I want to say about sticks, because I mentioned that I don't recommend skinless sticks unless you're only going to use them for like performance of forms, or for your forms practice, or solo practice like of your strikes. Once you remove the skin from rattan, you've really lost a lot of the strength already. This is I bought this pair. This is what's left of a pair I bought in Cebu from Doce Pares, skinless stick. And of course, any sticks will end up like this eventually, but these didn't last long. I was using them for hard contact, so it's kind of more of an experiment. And this is how I tried to tape them, but it just didn't last. So I'll take what's left of this and I'll cut it down to use for dulo dulo or for daga. Same thing with this. This was a stick that had skin, but it broke, like they all do. So this is something that just happens. So that's the end of our discussion on sticks for this part 2 about weapons in FMA. I hope you've enjoyed it. Daghang salamat kaayo. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much, everybody. As always, I'm Ping Kanunay. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Nice.